Babe of the day. Babe of the day. Debbie Dunning. Dun, 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 dun. It's ring-a-ding Dunning. I always loved Debbie Dunning, and I suspect I always will. She's best known for playing the second and longest-lasting Tool Girl on the Home Improvement TV series. Pamela Anderson was her predecessor on the series, and she was good. But I always thought Debbie Dunning, as Heidi, was the better Tool Girl. Between the two, Pamela Anderson became the bigger name. After all, Pamela was in a lot more stuff and put herself more in the spotlight. Still, Debbie Dunning was a big star in her own right during the 1990s and 2000s decades. Come back to this channel next week for Red Hot Redheads. These will be tall, attractive, and talented redhead actresses who I think deserve special attention. On Monday, Elena Huffman from Supernatural. This video's riddle. Debbie Dunning went from having dangerous curves to playing with tools. After that, she was killed by a leprechaun in space. I'm happy to report that she's all better now, and even though she's taken some breaks here and there, this cowgirl is still hanging around. No, I'm not mental. Well, maybe a little bit, but if you watch the whole video, what I said will make sense. Promise. Debbie made her first movie appearance as a beauty pageant bikini girl in the 1988 comedy movie Dangerous Curves. This is one of those movies that flew under the radar, but I'm not sure why. It had a good cast with Tate Donovan, Grant Heslov, and people who were already big-name actors like Leslie Nielsen, Robert Stack, and Robert Klein. Martha Quinn, one of the original MTV VJs, was also in the movie. Still, for whatever reason, this movie didn't do much for anyone's career, and it would take a while for Debbie to get known. In 1990, she made her first TV appearance as Woman in Bikini in Who's the Boss. After that, she was in the first episode of Dream On HBO. However, her first really notable TV appearance was on an episode of Married with Children. Debbie and the other Tool Girl, Pamela Anderson, were pretty different from each other, but there were some similarities. Pamela's first major TV appearance was on an episode of Married with Children, even in the same year. Both of them would be on the show twice. Debbie would later make a single appearance on Pamela's show Baywatch in 1995. Pamela would later make a single guest appearance on Debbie's show Home Improvement in 1997. Both of them became more successful on TV than in movies, and both of them had sex symbol status in the 1990s. Debbie's first appearance on Married with Children was in the episode Kelly Bounces Back. This was a notable episode because it had Tina Louise, who played Ginger on Gilligan's Island, as a guest star, along with Debbie and Tia Carrere before both became famous. Debbie plays one of the hot models competing with Kelly Bundy, who was hit on by Kelly's creepy little brother, Bud. Her second appearance in the show was as a different character in the episode Buck the Stud. In both parts, she proved she looked good in tight dresses. Married with Children was always a good show for any young actress to be on. It was extremely popular and well known for showcasing hot women throughout the whole series. Most of the time, a girl didn't have to do much more than show herself off on camera. Speaking lines were limited, but this show could get a girl noticed faster than anything. Later in 1991, Debbie appeared in an episode of a very short-lived comedy show that I always liked called Charlie Hoover. Tim Matheson played the title character, and legendary comedian Sam Kinison played his alter ego, Hugh. In the show, Hugh was really the personification of the voice in Charlie's head. He was miniature-sized, and only Charlie could see or hear him. It was a delightfully oddball show that had a lot of life left in it, but Fox didn't give the show a chance to succeed. Debbe's character, named Lauren, was a hooker for Bill Maher's seedy character, who was a regular in the series. Once again, they had her in a tight dress. Bikinis or tight dresses, that was the order of the day. And the parts weren't much, but that would change. In 1992, Debbe made a single episode appearance on the short-lived series Vinny and Bobby. This show was the second failed spin-off of Married with Children. The first was called Top of the Heap. Vinny and Bobby was simply a retooling of that failed show. Both of them starred Matt LeBlanc before his success on Friends. From 1990 to 92, Debbe was a fixture on the Fox network, and particularly with Married with Children and its family of shows. Even Charlie Hoover, which was not a spin-off of Married with Children, had a similar sense of humor. Late in 1992, Debbe made an appearance on the hit show Home Improvement, early in its second season. She played a character named Kiki who had a funny last name. In the episode, Tim and his wife Jill are on a dinner date. Tim was locally famous for his TV show, Tool Time. Kiki, who was a big fan of Tim, approaches him in the restaurant, much to Jill's amusement. Once again, she was in a tight dress. This was a funny moment in the episode, as Tim was trying to prove to Jill that he wasn't attracted to other women, and Kiki made it impossible. Even though Pamela Anderson was still the Tool Girl on the show at this time, she was not in this episode. When season 3 came around, Pamela left Home Improvement. The show needed a new Tool Girl. Debbe was chosen to play Heidi, the new Tool Girl. It was a good choice, and Heidi seemed to fit in right away. After 5 years of being known for wearing bikinis and tight dresses, Debbe got her most famous look of all, the Tool Girl outfit. She would also dress up in various costumes to fit the theme of a Tool Time episode. She was in most of the episodes of season 3, even though her moments on screen didn't always amount to much. Over time, they kept showing Heidi more and giving her more to do. Eventually, she just became an established part of the main cast, and you saw her away from the Tool Time set. Throughout the rest of the 8 seasons, Heidi became the Tool Girl of Home Improvement. Fans would have been upset if she had left. Fortunately, that never happened. An early gag with Heidi was that Brad Taylor, Tim's oldest son, had a crush on Heidi and got flustered around her. Heidi's maiden name on the show is never revealed, but she gets married to a man named Scott Keppert, and for the last 3 seasons of the show, season 6 through 8, she goes by Heidi Keppert. Later in season 6, Heidi has a daughter named Amy. This was worked into the show to reflect the real-life pregnancy of Debbe Dunning. No disrespect to Pamela Anderson, because I liked her on the show too, but Debbe Dunning was by far and away the better Tool Girl. Debbe was on the show a lot more, and they gave her a lot more importance. On top of that, Debbe just seemed to be into it more. She settled into a very comfortable groove playing Heidi. It was a good character, and she had good delivery. It's obvious on screen that Debbe liked playing Heidi. Why not? Heidi was glamorous, and everyone liked her. Besides that, she actually had some skills, and wasn't just a model on Tool Time. One of her talents is that she was an expert electrician. From 1993 to 1999, Debbe didn't do all that much outside of Home Improvement. She had one-off parts in several other TV shows and a couple of movies. The TV appearances were often in popular shows like Tales from the Crypt, Renegade, Boy Meets World, Silk Stockings, and The Jamie Foxx Show. The movies were far less distinguished. In 1995, she played a notable character in the comedy movie The Misery Brothers. This is a weird movie. It starred a bunch of great people, but most of it is hard to watch. Debbe's role, which comes near the end of the movie, is truly the best reason to watch it. She plays a cartoonishly sexy public defender by the name of I'm a Barrister. Besides the obvious appeal, she's also quite funny. Once again, she's wearing a tight dress, and she uses her womanly ways to influence the court, ultimately clearing the Misery Brothers of murder. In 1996, she was a character in the god-awful movie Leprechaun 4 in Space. I even like the Leprechaun movies, but this one is just straight garbage. Debbe plays one of the ill-fated characters, Private Dolores Costello. For her part in it, Debbe did fine. As a matter of fact, she was the only good thing about this trash. It sucks that her character gets killed off, but you'll notice it's not a gruesome kill like most of the victims in the series. After Home Improvement, Debbe didn't do a heck of a lot in the world of acting. In 2000, she was one of the stars of a TV movie called The Spiral Staircase. The movie was a psychological thriller shown on the Fox Family Channel and was a remake of the 1946 movie. Besides having a good cast, it came and went without much notice. Such is the fate of most TV movies. She played a smaller role in an R-rated, direct-to-video comedy called Now You Know from 2002. That same year, she had a more visible part in the popular TV show Sabrina the Teenage Witch. In 2003, Debbe did a short film called Four Fingers of the Dragon. It was a comedy short presented as a behind-the-scenes making of a martial arts film. Debbe played herself. In 2005, she did an E! True Hollywood Story episode about the Home Improvement series. The next year, she played a character in the little-known soap opera Wicked Wicked Games. It was for the fledgling My Network TV network. This could have been a bigger gig, but it just didn't take. Debbe's most interesting thing after Home Improvement was her very own series called Debbie Dunning's Dude Ranch Roundup. It ran from 2017 to 21 for 3 seasons. This was an interesting series shown on the RFD TV network. Debbe traveled the country, exploring Western lifestyle and outdoor adventure of all kinds. You got to see her play cowgirl and do all kinds of things. Some of the ranches she went to were fancier than you would ever expect. I like the show for a number of reasons. For one, Debbie Dunning. I mean, come on, Debbe. You also got to see her kids, as well as a lot of places and things that I've never seen before, and I'm even into cowboy culture. She married her longtime boyfriend Steve Timmons, an Olympic volleyball player, in 1997. They had 3 kids. Sadly, Debbe and Steve divorced in 2018. I hope Debbe continues to do more because I like seeing her around. She has never been a stick in the mud and continues to be a pleasant personality. With all her other accomplishments, the stunning Miss Dunning can add this one to her list. Babe of the day, babe of the day.